So last class lo we are discussing about vital events and non-vital events and collecting methods of vital events and also questionnaire method, census method, registration method, how to register, how to get the information by the census method, and how to prepare the list of questions by the questionnaire method. An important topic in this third unit లో చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అయిన టాపిక్ 100% క్వశ్చన్ వచ్చే జోన్ వచ్చేసి రేట్. The vital events like birth, death and marriage etc. are not possible to measure by any instrument, but it is identified by presence or absence. Generally, the vital events of birth and death and marriage. So, not possible to measure by any instrument. We cannot measure by any instrument to the birth and death and marriage. So it is identified by presence or absence. Presence or absence తోనే దీన్ని ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తాం. సో ఇలా presence or absence తోని ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తే వీటిని ఏమంటారు అంటే అట్రిబ్యూట్ అని అంటాం. క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్ డేటా presence or absence తో ఉన్న వాటిని ఏమంటాం అంటే we cannot measure by any instrument అంటే there should be a characteristic data. That is called attribute. Here, a vital events is a special type of an attribute. A rate is the ratio of number of observation to the total population size. Rate is the ratio of number of observations to the total population size. So therefore rate is equal to number of observations with vital events by total population size. Is called a rate. For example, the population is 1000 and indulo recently birth only 600. The birth rate is the number of observation with vital and birth. పుట్టిన వాళ్ళు 600 and total number of వచ్చేసి 1000. ఇంటూ పర్సంటేజ్ రావాలంటే మళ్ళీ ఒక 1000. దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ రేట్. Rate is the ratio of number of observations to the total population size. The rate is equal to number of observations with vital events by total population size. The value of the rate lies between 0 to 1 and it is similar to probability. Lies between 0 to 1. Rate యొక్క consistency or value వచ్చేసి 0 to 1 and similar to probability. And the rate లో నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చేసి చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ టాపిక్. రేట్ తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ మోర్టాలిటీ రేట్ ఆర్ డెత్ రేట్స్. mortality rates and death rates. The following methods అలాగే మనకి డెత్ రేట్స్ అనగానే మనకి అర్థమై ఉండొచ్చు మోర్టాలిటీ రేట్ అంటే జనరల్గా 1000 మంది జనాభా ఉన్న దాంట్లో ఎంతమంది డెత్ జనరేట్ అవుతుంది, బట్ ఒక రేట్ దాని బట్టి ఒక పర్సంటేజ్ ఎంత జనరేట్ అవుతుంది అనేది ఇక్కడ కాన్సెప్ట్. The following methods are used to know the complete information about. Here we have a methods in mortality. Mortality lo we have a method first వచ్చేసి crude death rate, CDR, crude death rate, and specific death rate, SDR, and next వచ్చేసి age specific death rate, ASDR, age specific death rate, and standardized death rate. Standardized death rate is the four types of mortality rates. Very important, 100% question. Mortality, death rate and birth rates కూడా ఉంటాయి. birth rates మీద కూడా క్వశ్చన్ అడిగే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంటుంది మనకు. ఇందులో crude death rate, specific death rate and age specific death rate, standardized death rate అనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో ఇందులో మనం ఫస్ట్ గోయింగ్ టు బి డిస్కసింగ్ అబౌట్ crude death rate. crude death rate. The simplest and easiest method of getting the simplest easiest method of getting the information about death, easy to getting the information about the death, is known as a crude death rate. It is defined as number of deaths divisible by total population per k people. Number of deaths divided by total population per k means constant 1000 prati 1000 mandiki. That means we have a formula of number of deaths by total population per k people where k is usually taken as 1000. So k equal to 1000. CRD is calculated for minimum of 1000 people. So CRD is equal to number of deaths by total population size into k. So CRD, crude death rate, is equal to number of death by total population size into 1000. Finally, you can write CRD is equal to number of deaths is we are indicating D, population size is equal to P, and into K. That means CRD is equal to D by P into 1000. Generally, mortality M is equal to D by P into 1000. Generally, the value of the CRD lies between 8 to 30 per 1000 people by 1971. 1971 లో ప్రతి 1000 మందిలో 8 నుంచి 30 మంది దాకా డెత్ రేట్స్ ఉండేవి బై ది 1971 సెన్సస్ మెథడ్. This method suffer from some drawbacks: age, gender, location, job. By the 1971 census, CRD for male is more than CRD for female by the following reason: male deaths are very faster than female. Male population is smaller than female population in 1971 census. This is all about crude death rate. And specific death rate. Specific death rate lo a death rate for a group of population based on the factor. A group of population based on a factor. This is the specification. A group of population based on a factor of death. A death rate for a group of population based on the factor of the death is known as a specific death rate. Here the calculation of death is restricted to only group of population. So a group of population के మనకు applications అనేవి allow అవుతాయి. The given population is divided into groups by the factors of death like sex, gender, location, job, etc. And each group of death rates is calculated by the following formula. So specified death rate is total number of deaths, total number of death rate, the total number of deaths, the total number of deaths of group of people, the total number of deaths of group of people by size of group of people. Size of group of people into K. Total number of deaths of group of people by size of group of people into K గా కూడా మనం దీన్ని ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తాం. అండ్ డెత్ రేట్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు స్పెసిఫికేషన్ విత్ A group of people and specification with A into K. That is the specified death rate. Where A is the group of population. Where A is the group of population. A is the group of population. Group of population అంటే gender, location, job, factor based on the factor. And mortality MA is equal to DA by PA into K, and MA is equal to DA by PA into 1000 is the formula of specified specified death rate. Since a factor of the deaths depends on several factors like diseases and job, etc. So, and specified death rate may not be gives complete information. May not be gives the complete information. Thank you.
Repeat.